Here's T-Bone and Heather on Star 98.3 and 97.7 The Bay.
12 minutes after 7 o'clock, 7:12. It's not just us. Look.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah, man. Good morning.
Morning! How are you, John?
Good, how are you?
Good, we missed you last week.
Yeah, God himself had other plans for me.
Oh, no.
Trees down.
Right.
You know,
no.
I had, it was tornado alerts, and
Right.
we'd gotten my about-to-be 10-year-old daughter a phone, which there's a lot of little side issues that come with that.
Yeah.
One
Sure.
of which is she's a naturally anxious girl. She gets it from her father.
Uh-huh.
She gets weather alerts now.
Oh, no.
Oh,
So
no.
when it said tornado watch until 2 p.m., her and my son were both in the basement for like 12 hours.
Oh, God.
And would not come up no matter what I told them.
So they're safe. That's all right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're safe.
safety first.
Yeah.
So talk about safe. Why don't you put her in charge? Aliens.
Yes.
Okay.
Alien Romulus.
Alien
Romulus.
Romulus. And
One of two releases this week, but really
is
the
this
only
a
major.
prequel, sequel? What is it?
It's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
In between Alien and Aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. And so all you
Because I saw the preview where they have a bunch of them in like an aquarium or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're
It's the world's
aware
worst
of them.
aquarium.
Yeah, the worst.
Yeah.
They're aware of them.
Yeah.
So we've established that these things are here, but somewhere in I got you. Somewhere in that pecking order.
Alien, the franchise has lore that goes well beyond the films. Like they do comic books, they do regular books, and the whole thing that you have to understand about the story behind all this is that there's this, as there always is, there's a maniacal mega company called Weyland-Yutani, and pretty much every bad thing that you see in these movies is because they want to capture and breed these aliens to use them as a bioweapon.
There you go.
That's no good.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not good at all.
That never turns out bad.
Yeah, no, and it's relatable though. You know, it's relatable.
Yes, it is.
If nothing else, that's relatable. But so the major thing you need to know about this is Fede Alvarez is the director. He's if you don't know his name, then you're probably not a huge horror fan, but he has really done amazing work. He's one of the biggest names in horror, like the most reliable names. He did the Evil Dead remake that came out a few years back. He did what was it called? Don't Look Now.
So this is straight up horror.
Yeah, horror action, but more trending towards horror. And honestly, if you look at, personally, I enjoyed the Aliens vs. Predator movies for what they were.
Yeah.
But
So did
truth be
he.
told,
Oh,
there hasn't been a good Alien movie since, 1985 when Aliens came out.
Yeah.
Which, one of my all-time favorites.
Aliens was really good with Sigourney Weaver.
Oh, just so good.
I
Like,
might watch that today.
it's the perfect mix of sci-fi and action. The characters are awesome.
I'm
And
gonna watch that today.
Alien Romulus doesn't quite get there, but it's close. Like
okay.
It's up there with Alien and Aliens. It really brings back all the aesthetic of the 80s horror that you had in those two. But like he does it Alvarez seems to be really good at making reboots or prequels, like, because he seems to really get what the point was of the original one. That's for some reason.
key.
Never understood how these filmmakers totally missed the point of what made something good.
Well,
Right.
okay, so I've heard directors. It's funny you mentioned that. I've heard directors, and there seems to be a concerted effort with a lot of directors to, I'm not going to watch the original because I don't want to get sucked into that. This is a completely separate film, and I want to, put my stamp on it. Which I get, but you're losing all of the magic of the first one.
You're losing the point of making a you're using
Exactly.
a brand recognition, and you're guaranteeing that the people that watch it, because they know what the franchise is, aren't going to like it. Like I appreciate the original intent of that thought. Like, oh, I'm not going to watch the original because I want to make my own thing. But I think it's short-sighted, and honestly, it's just stupid. Watch the original. But don't copy it. Understand what made it great.
Made it
Right,
great.
right.
If you remake Ghostbusters, and you pull out of that Slimer is a character everybody loves, so he should be the star of the next one, then you missed everything that's great about Ghostbusters.
Right.
You're not wrong. People like Slimer, but that's not what made it good. And Fede Alvarez really seems to understand that. So you've got this dark, atmospheric horror. You know, it's very suspenseful. Oh my God, is there anything more terrifying than that beep? Beep.
Yeah,
Right, and it's getting closer and
the
closer.
thing where it shows where they are.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, oh God,
And it looks like the whole film just looks wet.
yeah. Oh, exactly, and like a warm moisture too.
Yeah,
like
right. Swampy.
Yeah, swampy.
The whole thing looks swampy.
Swamp
In
butt,
space.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Swamp in space.
Swampy in space.
So what would you say? Yes? No?
It's a definite yes for me. Obviously not one for the kids.
Right.
Not if you
And
want them to go to sleep.
if you're not a big fan of being scared, it's not overly scary. There's quite a few jump scare moments,
Right.
but it's pretty good sci-fi
well,
horror.
you know what
so.
you're getting into with
Yeah.
with the Alien franchise. I mean, you know.
Yeah, they're not going to come out and hello, my baby, hello, my. Yeah.
Right. They jump on your face and then something busts out of your rib cage.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else coming out this weekend for maybe
Yes.
somebody who doesn't want to do the aliens thing?
Another movie about a human and his otherworldly counterpart, or non-human counterpart.
Okay.
Slightly different theme, though. My Friend the Penguin, with
Oh.
Jean Reno. And this is just one of the sweetest, most heart-wrenching, joy-inducing movies I've seen in a while.
Really?
And Jean Reno,
I love Jean Reno.
Okay,
I mean,
so,
ever
yeah.
since The Professional. I
Yes.
mean, I just dig him very much.
And he's always got this, like, he's intimidating, but he's got this vulnerability to him that
Yeah.
you can always see.
Yeah.
And that's on full display
Which
here.
came through strong in The Professional.
Yes.
That's what made that movie good and
Exactly.
not creepy because
Right.
it was an adult hanging out
Right.
with a 12-year-old.
Right.
But My Friend the Penguin, it's about this fisherman who is just really, you know, he's married, he's got his wife at home, but he's just lost the joy in life.
Yeah.
And he finds this penguin that he decides to take under his wing and take care of.
I
and
get it, wing.
The penguin brings the joy back in his life.
Oh,
you know, and that's
okay.
really all you need to know. That's the type of movie it is, and Jean Reno's a world-class actor, so it's not cheesy at all. It's really heartfelt. It's something that's going to bring the kind of joy. You know, there's different kinds of joy. There's that immediate ha-ha joy,
Yeah.
right? But that deep, warming joy that you get sometimes.
Reestablishes the faith in humanity.
Faith in humanity, right? This is that kind of movie. So
Oh,
if you're looking
great.
for something a
Well,
little
we
bit more
we need some
uplifting.
of that.
Yeah, yep.
How
And-
about streaming? Anything that we need to keep an eye on for streaming, except for what we already talked about?
I'm looking forward to that jackpot thing
Jackpot
with
is
John Cena and
Yes.
Aquafina. Not
What?
just because it rhymes, but also because I like those
Is
two.
that out today?
It was out Wednesday, I believe, or
Wednesday
yesterday.
on
So
Prime.
Yeah, there's two streaming movies. That one, and this should tell you all you need to know because I keep forgetting what the title is. It's Mark Wahlberg and Holly Berry
Union.
on Netflix. The Union.
The
that's it.
Union, right.
Yeah, it's the one where you may have seen the trailers. Marky Mark's got a bald head, like a George Costanza look going on.
Okay.
Skip that one, but yeah, Jackpot
Oh,
is
skip it?
Yeah,
You're saying
skip-
skip the Marky Wahlberg Holly Berry movie?
Yeah, it's just.
I said skip it when I saw the
If
preview.
Phoned In was a full movie, it should be Phoned In the movie. I mean, the whole thing it's just repeated. I mean, look, I'm not going to be too harsh on it. If you sit down with it and you're looking for a cheap
It's okay. It's
action
terrible.
movie, yeah, it's you're not going to be bored necessarily, but you're going to forget about it 3 seconds after you watch
Let's
it.
use this litmus test.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Streaming aside, if you went and slammed down $10 and you walk out of the theater, is it a $10 well spent?
No chance. It's a HBO premiere.
There you
maybe.
go. That's what I'm
my
saying.
gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Good to know. But
Jackpot, I would buy 2 tickets just so I could come back and watch
knew
it
it.
again.
really?
Yes, I mean.
Those two are magic.
I'm a
And-
big fan of Aquafina. I dig
don't
her.
want to be, but I love her to my core.
I
And
know
that's-
there's something about her.
Yes.
She's so non-assuming, and even when she was in that Five Rings movie, that Marvel thing,
Shang-Chi, yeah.
I loved her in that too. And what's the show with her from Nora from New York, from Queens?
Mm-hmm.
Nora from Queens. She's really
funny.
good in that.
I had written her off, but my wife Angela turned me around on her because she adores Aquafina, and like I had seen her in a few things. And I was like, she's just annoying. She seemed like one of those annoying like one bit actors. And then
Crazy Rich Asian, she's great in that.
yeah, I watched her. It was probably in Shang-Chi, to be honest with you, and she's got this human quality to her, this everyday person quality that really endears you to her. But she's so essentially the Jackpot. The story behind it is Aquafina wins the lottery, and
I'm in already.
she has to turn in the ticket in 24 hours. But in that 24 hours, anybody can kill her and take it from her.
Oh
I
my
love it.
gosh.
And if they
love it.
they get the jackpot.
They get the jackpot.
Yeah, and she doesn't know this for some reason, and then John Cena, she's about to get murdered right after winning,
right?
Because essentially it's one of those bits where she's like at the laundromat or something, and her face comes on TV. Look who won the jackpot! And everybody slowly turns around to her,
Right.
and then John Cena drops out of nowhere and saves her, and he's another one. I will announce to the world.
You're a big John Cena fan.
I love the man, and it's
he
not
seems like
just
a kind man. Yeah,
it's not just that he's fun and he's funny and he's just a great movie star, but you spend 3 seconds looking at what this guy does with his off time. I mean, he's the Guinness Book of World Records holder for the most Make-A-Wishes fulfilled. That right there endears you to anybody in the world. But he's even past that. You will not find one negative interaction with this man. But all that aside, he's amazing on screen, and he's really fun in Jackpot.
Okay, good to know.
One of the things, I think he took this from his time in the professional wrestling thing. One of the things
No. Professional wrestling.
Wrestling. Correct.
Yes.
Thank you. One of the things that he does so well, he leans into every part. Mm-hmm. Okay, whatever his character is, he's not going to 55. He
fully
is
commits.
burying the needle.
Yep. Yeah, fully commits.
Yeah, and that's great.
Whether that's like Peacemaker and requires him walking around in whitey tighties, or I guess if you're John Cena, you don't mind
even
doing that
in The
so much.
Bear, when he's like this side character, nobody knows him, and he comes in, and he is comedic relief for a little bit in what is a very stressful show.
Vacation Friends, come on.
The best.
Ricky Stenicki, I don't know if you guys watched that.
We did.
Of course we did. Fantastic.
Yeah, I know that fell under the radar for a lot of people, but that's a good John Cena role right there.
Yeah, so that's what we have. Alien.
Oh, my afternoon is set.
Romulus, Jackpot looks really good, and Jean Reno in My Friend the Penguin.
My Friend the Penguin, yep. And then next week we close out summer with The Crow.
Oh, that's coming out. Okay.
They don't seem to be promoting that much.
I haven't seen
Am I
anything.
missing it?
Everybody, I mean, this thing was kind of doomed from the start because, it's been 30 years, and Brandon Lee wasn't even, not to disparage him, man, he wasn't a huge star. I love
his star was the fact that he was Bruce Lee's kid.
Yeah, and he, he was killed on set, not murdered, he was killed on set accidentally during The Crow, obviously, we all know that, but it's like that made this an untouchable remake, and they've been trying to remake The Crow for the better part of 15. At one point, Jason Momoa was attached to it.
Wow!
Now they finally did it, and I'm not. I was never expecting a blockbuster action movie. I'm expecting like one of those mid-budget, blood-filled John Wick with face paint action movies, and I think that's what we'll get.
Before we turn you loose today, because we were discussing it earlier, what do you think? Because in the short time that we talked about it, I did it completely 180. Now I'm 100% in. What do you think of the casting of Nicolas Cage as John Madden in the John Madden movie?
David O. Russell is directing.
Okay, I'm going to give you the line I gave Heather earlier, okay? Mm-hmm. Because when she announced it, I was like, no, that's not good. It's not going to work. But then as we were talking, so I'm going to give you this line, tell me it doesn't work. Would someone intercept the ball?
Yeah, I mean, no, look, my immediate...
Just that, and you're in, right?
Yeah, my immediate response is Nick Cage could play a cloud, and I believe it. And I guess it depends on, the prosthetics they use.
Yeah,
but
right.
I think he's going to have to get chunky,
And David O. Russell, he's not a great guy, but he's known for his eye, so I've learned to just trust Hollywood casting. Every time I say, no, that will never work, it ends up being perfect.
It does, yeah.
I think it will.
All right, thanks, John. Until next week.
Thank you.